Zombies are coming. You have 3 days before the roads lock. Do you fortify your home, or do you move to a structure built to survive a total collapse? We're assuming fast-moving infected, high density. Most people choose based on comfort. That's a mistake that trades your family's future for a week of convenience. Here are 5 shelter locations ranked worst to best for long-term viability. Number 5, the big box retailer. You think a warehouse store is a fortress of supplies. It's a glass-fronted tomb. The proof is in the design. Dozens of loading bays and fire exits you can't possibly watch all at once. When the power fails, the smell of rotting meat and produce draws every threat for blocks. Your attention is the hidden cost. You'll miss a breach while you're watching another. The fatal mistake is trying to hold the whole floor. The better play is to treat it as a drive-through resource. Grab what you can carry and get out. If you're stuck there tonight, move your camp into a second-story office or a windowless stockroom immediately. Seal to door from the inside. That environment amplifies the danger of high-density areas because abundance attracts violence faster than you can defend it. When that retail chaos peaks, the instinct is to go up. Number 4, the residential high-rise. Height feels like safety. It's a vertical cage. Once municipal pumps stop, gravity takes over. You lose water pressure above the 3rd floor fast. That's the proof. Within 48 hours, every toilet above floor 3 becomes useless. Without running water, sanitation fails and disease moves in. The real cost is the climb. Every trip for supplies burns calories in pitch-dark stairwells where you can't see the threat coming. The fatal mistake is taking the penthouse for the view. You're just putting yourself further from your only exit. The safer call is the 3rd or 4th floor. If you're in a tower tonight, fill every bathtub, sink, and bucket you own right now. This differs from the retail trap because you have fewer entry points, but you have 0 ways to sustain yourself once your bottled water runs dry. When the water runs out in a tower, the instinct is to flee to open land, but that open land has its own arithmetic. Number 3, the rural homestead. The dream of open space becomes a death sentence through exhaustion. A 5-acre plot has about 1,000 feet of perimeter. You cannot watch that line with 3 people, not for months. The silence of the country is a lie. A generator hum or a single shot carries for miles. The price you pay is perimeter fatigue. You'll be worn out trying to defend a fence line you can't even see the end of in the dark. The fatal mistake is planting a garden in plain sight of the road, advertising your food. Focus on concealment over confrontation. If you're on a rural property now, identify a safe room with a secondary exit and clear the brush back 50 yards from the house. That buys you reaction time. This location is more secure than a high-rise because you control the ground, but it makes the isolation problem worse because if you get overrun, there's no one nearby to help. For more clear-headed planning on the final 2 rankings, subscribe now. When defending that much land proves impossible, you need a structure that does the defensive work for you. Number 2, the industrial park. Now we're into real viability. These buildings are made of tilt-up concrete and steel. They're built for durability, not for looks. They're often in buffer zones, not too isolated, not too crowded. The failure point is the lack of natural water. You'll need massive rain catchment systems, and in a drought, you're done. The hidden tax is comfort. It's cold, loud, and echoey. The common mistake is picking a unit with too many rolling garage doors, which are hard to reinforce. The better move is a corner unit with 1 or 2 small bays you can block with a vehicle. If you're at an industrial site tonight, find the standard-sized man doors and weld or bolt them shut from the inside. This beats a homestead because the walls do 80% of the defensive work, but it still lacks one critical thing: a community to integrate with. Industrial units are strong, but they're lonely. For true long-term viability, you need a place designed to be the heart of a town. Number 1, the small town civic center or library. This is the gold standard, and it's likely within 10 miles of you. Think old courthouses, libraries, community centers. They were built like fortresses, thick masonry, elevated first floors. The top-rank proof is the social architecture. These places are near legacy wells, pharmacies, and hardware stores. They were meant to serve a community, which is exactly what you need. Number 1 beats number 2 because it lets you transition from just surviving to actually governing. You have space for a large enough group to run a security rotation without burning out. The cost of that is social friction. More people means more personalities to manage. The fatal mistake is failing to establish a clear chain of command on day 1. The best practice is to clear the surrounding block of cover, creating a clear view of any approach. If you can reach a civic building tonight, secure the basement first. It's usually the most reinforced and temperate part. This is your best chance because it offers the highest defensibility paired with the best access to the tools of reconstruction, and it's realistically accessible without a private island or a military base. Survival isn't about the gear in your bag, it's about the physics of the room you're standing in. Your homework for tonight is to scout your local area on a map. Find the closest civic building that isn't on a main highway. Identify the back roads to get there. Tell me in the comments, if you had to move your family tonight, which of these 5 would be your realistic destination, and what's the biggest bottleneck stopping you? For more clear-headed planning, subscribe.